Free speech on a college campus is supposed to look like this. You know, a civil conversation. But at Tennessee State University, I want you to watch how fast Let's Talks turns into Get Out. I'm going to show you the full chain from the table to the mob to the car to what politicians are saying afterwards, so you know exactly what happened.
So what part of our systems is for people of color?
All of it. The entire system is for everybody. Anybody who's an American citizen.
So you feel like there's nothing. So you feel like everybody is equal.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's equal in their rights, but not everybody's obviously equal in their, you know, what they have. Like, you know, I grew up in a double wide trailer. He grew up in Boca Raton, so, you know, we didn't grow up equal. We're both white. I mean, he's a Jew, so that's probably why he grew up in Boca Raton. But so we're not equal in what we possess as we start always, but we are equal in what we're allowed to do, our opportunity.
Can I ask you, do you think that there's any law that allows me to do something that you can't do, for example?
I don't think there's any laws that say that you can do something that I can't. But then again, this system can't be ignored. Like, we can't just say it does not exist because there are countless examples of it existing.
Maybe just one example of what you're talking about. So what's wrong with the system that allows, I guess, racism to be systemic or institutionalized?
Ding, 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 ding.
I mean, I would argue the opposite. Like, again, we have civil rights acts on top of civil rights acts, in addition to the 14th Amendment's Equal Protection Clause. 14th Amendment being written for the sole purpose of expanding and equalizing the rights of white people and black people. And furthermore, the 14th Amendment Equal Protection Clause echoes exactly what, like, the Civil Rights Act says, right? You cannot be discriminated based on your inalienable characteristics like your race, your sex, your sexuality, etc.
But even though we have these laws, that doesn't stop it from happening. We still know that...
You're right, racism does happen, still, even though there are laws that ban it. And I think that those laws are oftentimes used to enforce a culture of anti-racism. In the United States, we actually cancel people for being racist all the time. But we have, in the system, as far as the system goes, you can't stop people from being racist on an individual level, unfortunately. It happens in every country, on every continent, all around the world, and it has since the beginning of time. But what you can do is make it illegal to institutionalize it by saying, you know, you can't allow you have to allow everybody to eat at your restaurant. You can't not admit people based on their color. You can't prioritize people based on their color, etc. And I would say that I would say getting rid of DEI works towards that objective.
So, y'all had say make America great again. How do y'all feel that America is not great, and how do y'all feel that America can be great again? And when was it great?
Yeah, I would say that the most recent example of America being great was the first term of Donald Trump, and then we had 4 years of Joe Biden in chaos, and then Trump is president again. So this was his campaign hat for his, you know, lead up to his second term.
And that ain't me. That's not me. But shout out to this young man for, you know, listening.
Come on, really? Seriously? Yo.
Oh, you better not, boy! You better not!
Okay.
You better not!
Guys, we're literally just here to have civil discussions.
This is very disappointing, man.
Yo, bring the sign back.
Wow. Nobody can come talk and have a conversation. They just brand them as racist. So this is what I mean. This is something that has been inherited, this mindset, this. I was one of these people before, so I understand. They're yelling out Black Lives Matter, as if these two guys that have civil discourse is somehow out here trying to suppress them or oppress them to any capacity. They're literally just having a conversation. Wow. We as parents, we got to do better at learning teaching our children and learning how to deal with people who disagree with them.
They're always going to be upset. They're always going to be mad.
Here's the clip that we seen yesterday of them getting ran off.
All right, we're gonna do like a little end live pre-game or post-game situation here. We have 500 people watching.
We got 500 right here watching.
Look. Whoa. This is insane. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Hey, you're pretty close. Yeah.
Well, I think the Fearless Tour definitely made an impact.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Did somebody just throw something in our car?
Arrest.
They just tried to hit the car. Oh my gosh.
I think Horace is still out there trying to make sure the car's
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, officers.
Wow. Hey!
Yeah, they threw a drink up top.
Oh my gosh, they threw a drink up top. Okay, we got this all live. I'm posting this directly after so everyone can see exactly what happens.
Holy shit.
Oh my gosh.
You're turned up a lot.
All right, guys, we are out of here. We'll see you later from the Fearless Tour game.
Are they gonna block me in here now?
I think that might be what they're trying to do. They're intentionally blocking us.
They're blocking us. Here comes the cop. I'm not gonna hit it now, I guess. I'm not gonna hit it now, I guess. We got more stuff. They're hitting the car.
I thought they wanted us to leave.
They're hitting the car. We're trying to leave, and they're telling us to leave, and they don't want us to leave, I guess. Hey! They are still hitting the car.
How is this a you in person?
Wow.
They're intentionally blocking us. They want us to leave, but they don't want us to leave.
It's like the biggest conundrum of all time. They're still hitting the car. This is wild. It's like zombie apocalypse or something, man. Like they're, oh, wow. They're still hitting the car. Whoa! That was loud.
She's gonna do this the whole way out of here. Oh, here we go.
Just go
police.
Maybe just go straight.
They do not debate with their ideas, guys. They just, whoa. Yeah, we're gone now. We are gone now. Oh.
You could tell a lot about a society by how it handles disagreement. At first, it's just students talking, but you watched how quickly listening turned into mobbing. We've seen it. The second people felt or feel outnumbered logically, they stopped debating and start attacking. That's not power. You know what that is? That's fear dressed up loud. Now, look at how the same moment looks when the camera shifts.
You called the East primitive for what? We created y'all knowledge. We created y'all science. We created y'all math. Y'all didn't do shit besides steal. Y'all didn't do anything to your... You guys didn't make shit. You guys touch children. You guys fuck.
Showing them the door.
We walking them to the door, y'all. I don't even know how they got on campus. We gonna figure that out, but I don't know. They need to get like a trespass, like penalty or something because
Sending them off.
Tell him it's that boy. He thought
I guess I'm watching this and I'm just thinking about all the people in my life who would probably watch this video and go, yeah, that's what they get. They're standing up for black people. We're not going to allow. Dr. King, all our leaders didn't fight for this. And unfortunately, angles decide narratives. And I feel, I know that we've learned some new things about MLK, by the way. But yeah, angles definitely decide the narratives here. From here, the story isn't about a conversation anymore. It's about a school chasing outsiders off campus. And that's what the world sees, not the words spoken, not the questions asked, just the optics of force over reason. And when force takes over, the proof is in what happens next.
up top.
Well, we just watching a whole nother compilation right here of what we already seen. Embarrassing, but I guess we'll point out this right here. This whole little moment where they began to get violent and they threw the cup on top of the car. Where did it go? I just seen it. Anywho, objects start flying, ideas stop mattering. You can't say it was just a discussion if people have to duck cups on their way out. That's not protecting the campus. That's proving you lost an argument. And this breakdown of trust, it doesn't stay local. It bleeds into everywhere else.
Might have found the actual location of Charlie Kirk's shooter. I need you guys to tell me if I'm taking crazy pills over here. So at this point, pretty much all the experts agree that the shot came from the left behind him a little bit. So I figured let's just cook through all the footage that we've got, the original footage, and look over here for someone. And there's this little bloop on this rooftop that we're gonna keep coming back to. But a lot of people are looking at Bushman on this balcony too. And so we're speed scrolling through this video and we're just checking out what do we see there in that spot over and over and over. Right now, I don't see anything, right? And there's like a table and chairs and a little potted plant on that balcony that we'll see again in a second. Side note, this is the footage that has the little guy on the Woodbury roof here, briefly, right there, boom. Don't know what to make of that. That doesn't really have access to the rooftop that I'm looking at over here. But while he's over here, we can get a close-up of this is potted plant and the table and chairs. Potted plant by the corner of the glass, which is important in a second, and table and chairs. And right there, it's pretty obvious that potted plant is not a person, right? So he moves again, speed through it, and then we get another view of this rooftop, and we zoom in, and there's like a little thing there. There's like a little dot in the middle. We're gonna come back to it.
To everybody who's gonna comment, I can't take a guy sniffing. Look, I got allergies. I try to mute.
Right. Pause and check again. There's a little thing right there. That's a thing. It didn't look like it was there in the first shot, but it's there now. This is a little ways before Charlie gets hit. Moves again. Coming around a little closer. Thing is still there. Definitely still there. 100%. The balcony is like table and chairs, and there's like a double potted plant thing here. And I think it's a reflection. I think you're seeing the potted plant kind of twice. The thing is still there on the rooftop. And the potted plant situation doesn't really seem to change. He interviews these guys a bunch. And then bam. So now the shot is fired off, is that thing still up there? This is our first view, and it doesn't look like it. Better view comes up, zoom in. The thing is gone. This is all blurry down here. It clarifies in a second, but that thing is gone. Right? I mean, better view. The thing is gone. It's still blurry down there. And then he puts his tripod down. And when he puts his tripod down, boom, it comes into clarity.
We heard shots.
And the thing is not up there. So I went back and forth on looking at the bush there a lot too once it clarified. And like the bush part on the balcony does not seem to change throughout the whole video. It looks the same on the balcony every time I see it. It's the thing on the roof that goes away that I'm really curious about. So if we're looking at the balcony, you go back to where he's over here by the balcony. Look at how close where the cameraman is standing right now, and all these people that are on this ledge right here. Look at how close they are to this balcony. If Bushman had been on that balcony, all of these people would have been like right next to him. Someone would have seen Bushman if he had been on the balcony. The balcony feels like it's too low. It's too close. It's like the thing about shooting someone is that you need a line of sight to them, and that means they have a line of sight to you. And so in this situation, that means that a lot of people have a line of sight to the shooter at the moment of the shot, most likely. And in that direction where we're pretty sure the shot came from, there's not a lot of options. And then suddenly on the rooftop, which is like the one place with line of sight that is definitely away from the crowds that you would have some privacy on, there happens to be a little dot there that's like there through the shooting time and then immediately gone as soon as the shooting happens. So the real question, I think, right now is this big enough to be shooter? It's pretty small. I don't know if that's big enough to be shooter. It's far away, but like, imagine a person next to these chairs. Like, am I going crazy over here? You guys tell me.
Now, this is the result of us not being able to trust the media. We got to start scanning every pixel and try to find proof and reason. And right now, a dot on the roof is becoming national debate. Maybe it's a vent. Nah, if it disappeared, maybe it's a glare. But the fact that we have to play forensic detective shows how badly credibility is bankrupt. So, what do leaders do when trust collapses like this?
I do not think that we should be forcing ideology on our children, especially in public schools. After the shooting of Gabby Giffords, we were not forcing ideology in Arizona about guns. You know, after a Minnesota state legislator was killed and her husband was killed in their home by an anti-abortion activist, we weren't going into Minnesota schools and trying to promote abortion in those schools.
So what would you say to her, Ryan?
I'd say that's laughable. These are the people that force drag queen story hour on your kids. They force critical race theory on your kids. They force the most radical woke agenda in the country on your kids. The teachers unions and the Democrat Party did that. And then when students and teachers say, we want a turning point chapter, that we haven't seen anything like this before. We are excited. We want to take the country back. We want kids to think freely. We want them to understand American values. The unions and the Democrats cry foul. You've got to be kidding me with this. We've never seen a Marxist ideology pushed on kids like that party has for the last decade.
Well, there's a lot of evidence of that, and we have reported on it to a great extent. So it's going to be really interesting.
Policy rushes in. Oklahoma looks at scenes like TSU and says, fine, every school gets a conservative club. It's not random. It's a reaction. You know, when you leave a vacuum of trust that the state fills with, the state is going to fill it with structure. Whether you agree with it or not, that's the ripple effect of chaos. Somebody wrote on here, Democrats yell gun control. After every shooting, Democrats push abortions off the behind parents' backs. Every day in public schools, CRT is part of the daily curriculum. Who is she kidding? And what ripple people choose to highlight rage of restraint shapes what gets remembered.
It's been about 2 weeks since Charlie Kirk passed away, and there's a clear difference. Instead of people tearing down property, we saw people lifting up praises. There's a clear difference. Instead of violent protests, we saw vigilant prayer. There's a clear difference. Instead of seeing fires burning down buildings, we see fires burning in hearts. There's a clear difference. We don't see a bunch of vigilantes seeking revenge. We saw a wife with a heart to forgive. There's a clear difference. If you want to judge a movement, judge it by its fruits. I see more people flooding the doors of the churches. I see people coming back to Christ. I see people opening their Bibles who haven't opened their Bibles in years. I see not just hearts moving towards conservatism, I see hearts moving towards Christ. There is a clear difference.
Man, contrast is everything. One crowd prays after a tragedy, another throws drinks after a debate. Which one do you think history respects more? Which one do you think undecided people will lean towards? Outrage feels powerful in the moment, but dignity always lasts longer. Now let me land this plane. Here's the truth. Anger isn't easy. Discipline is rare. Cameras don't lie, though. They show if you built your point or if you broke it. If you're at TSU, don't just say, I was there. Tell us the moment it shifted. Tell us when words stopped and mobs started. Because history isn't written by the loudest crowd. It's written by the clearest record. So, if you made it to the end of the video, put cameras don't lie in the comments right now. Y'all be safe. Please go check on a friend today. You can quite literally be saving their life. Peace.